Speaking of shopping, and perhaps speaking of avoiding the big two, as many of us do these days, if you're looking for a good market to get to this week, Tanya Hall from AustralianFoodie.com is the lady with the knowledge. Hello, Tanya.
Hello, Kat. How are you going?
Very well.
That's good.
Do you tend to do your fruit and veg shopping at these markets of which you speak?
I do, and it makes me feel very European, because when you travel throughout France and Italy, you see all the little markets, all the shops are still separate little shops. There's not massive shopping centres, so you get your meat from the butcher, the fruit from the fruit and veg man, your dairy from the little cheese man there, so you get your little shopping bag and potter along to different shops, and I kind of feel like I'm there again, just going through the markets, going to different stalls.
I used to live, when I was in Vancouver, Montreal, because I was speaking French. I get confused. But I lived just down the road from a place called the House de Pain. Now it sounds, but pain, it means bread.
Yeah.
In French, but I don't speak very good French clearly, and so when I first saw that, I was just, oh no, what neighbourhood have I moved into?
You're next to a torture chamber.
House of Pains, just down the road. Really good bread though.
This torture chamber just smells amazing.
All right, now let's stop torturing people with ideas of what they can do and tell them what's happening today market-wise.
There are quite a few things happening today market-wise, and it's great that the sun has come out after such a rainy week. For any bookworms out there, there is the Easter book and music sale on at St Lucia Village Shopping Centre. So you can grab a bargain on books, CDs, DVDs and records, and that's on today until 2 p.m.
So they've got the vinyls?
They do have the vinyls, apparently.
I saw a turntable. It's been so long I forgot what they're called. And wanted it, even though I own no vinyl. They're just a beautiful looking old thing.
Get some scratching and some mixing happening. That's what you do with vinyls these days.
What the young folk are up to.
Yeah.
If you're up in Caloundra.
For people in Caloundra, there is the Caloundra Art and Craft Expo on today until 4 p.m. and that's at the Caloundra Arts Centre. So at this little expo, there's also some craft demonstrations, including lace making, porcelain painting, quilting and pottery. So you can get your crafty side out there.
It looks like there's a lot going on up that end of the world.
There is, because up there as well today, for anyone looking for a bit of a health kick, there's the Conscious Life Festival, which is on at Perugian Beach Community College, and that's on today and tomorrow from 9:30 until 4:30, and that's a health and wellbeing event. So there's free workshops, live music, and lots of healthy food on offer as well.
Gosh, that's a beautiful part of the world up there.
Yeah, it'd be gorgeous.
If you can't find your way out to lovely Perugian and you're more breezy bound,
yeah, out in the western suburbs today, there is something called Moo Bar Munch, and that's a family weekend out at Corinda State High School Farm. That's on today and tomorrow as well, and it's got a farmers market, live entertainment. There are agricultural activities which focus on the origins of food. So if you bring the kids out there, they'll know where all their packaged meat actually comes from.
they have their own farm.
They have a farm, a little farm out in the high school.
I'm so jealous.
They've opened it up today. So
I went to State High, and there's really...
no farm there?
Well, there's animals, but it's a different kind of kettle of fish, really.
More crows and magpies?
Pretty much. It's just people looking for carrion. That's full on. Okay, when we go to Sunday?
Tomorrow, one of the first things that up is the Noel Stallard and Bush Poet Mates event. So this is an afternoon of new and traditional bush poetry, so you can find out what happened to the cult from Old Regret, and that's from 1:30 p.m. until 3 p.m. at the Daily Centre out at Groverley. And this is on every 2 months, so there is a small entry fee, but proceeds go to St Vincent de Paul.
Bush poetry in the city.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
We're bringing the agricultural community into town today.
Excellent. Actually, speaking of that, a little bit later on in the program, I'm sure you'll be listening amongst your market goings. You'll actually meet one of the women from Queensland Showgirls, which is the ECA competition. And it's not about lipstick and skirts. It's about helping the bush girls kind of get to network and to sort of use their talents in the best way they can. So, but anyway, you'll hear about
really
that.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah, hear about that later. Let's move on to Broadbeach.
Down at Broadbeach tomorrow are the Monaco markets. So these are on from 8 a.m. until noon. And here you can grab yourself some high-end, new and pre-loved fashion, crafts and food. And these are on once a month. And there's some live music there as well for a bit of atmosphere.
Lovely. Now to Oxley.
To Oxley, there is the Oxley Craft Market and Car Boot Sale on from 7 a.m. until noon tomorrow. And this is at Oxley State School. And this one's a bit of a trash and treasure find. So you can find crafts, tools and car parts. And there is a barbecue on offer too.
Car parts?
Car parts, yeah, old car parts. You need to fix up a car.
How amazing. I remember my dad and my brother used to fix up cars when I was growing up. So the smell of grease was always kind of somewhere present, and Mum kind of following them around with a squeegee. Like, stop it! Not in the house!
We'll need to get out to Oxley tomorrow then.
Indeed. One final one from Carindale.
Final one. This is something called Neighbour Day, just to show that Carindale is more than a suburb with a giant shopping centre and car park rage. But locals of Carindale and its surrounds are invited to Bridgenorth Street Park from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m, where there will be a barbecue on offer for a gold coin, or people can bring their own food. There's a book swap with any book on the Rotary International stand. Kids' games are on, so it's just a bit of a social day for the community, for everyone to get together, have a bit of a relax together, and just meet people, meet and greet.
Sounds lovely. Tanya Hall is from Australian Foodie. Where are you headed off to today, Tanya?
Today, I'm actually going to pop down to the West End markets, I thought. I was going to go grab the beagle, let her sniff out a bargain for me. She's great at sniffing out dumplings. I always have a dumpling craving. I'm like, beagle, nose to the ground. Get a dumpling.
Dumpling beagle.
Yeah, I've trained her well.
That is wonderful. Does she have the softest ears in the history of ears?
She does, and tail's always up. She's always happy.
If I'm ever sad, I will look up photos of beagles on the internet. Cheers me up immensely, Tanya.
Beagles and dumplings.
Yes. Oh, I'll put that in the calendar. It'll sell like hotcakes.
Really will.
Tanya Hall is from AustralianFoodie.com. She'll be back this time next week.
Thanks, Kat.
ABC, Local Radio, Queensland.